AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
This is Kenny Smith. Of course, in response to Kyrie Irving, Dallas Mavericks on a major run. Everyone owing Kyrie Irving an apology, and Kenny Smith referring to a time when he had to call Stephen A. Smith when he was getting outlandish.
Before you play that, where do you rank your apology with the rest?
Yo, mine is top tier.
Oh,
hold on a second. Hold on, where do you rank it? Where do you rank it?
I'm on bullshit today.
Listen, I love it, man. This is what I live for. Listen.
Well, hold on. Shout out to AllBall.
Let's go.
Hold on. Are we gonna say this out loud or are we not? When did all these apologies start?
Play the clip, man. Come on, man.
Nah, the OG, you started this though. You the pioneer of getting people to apologize to Kyrie.
Right. And to me, a lot of people owe him an apology only because, and you know me, I keep it on the court only because they thought he couldn't play this style of basketball where he can fit in. And now look, they're one game from the finals where nobody's seen that. Everybody said Dallas wasn't going to do nothing. People still saying Luka better than him and all this and all of that. So to me, from that standpoint, and from also people saying he shouldn't get his money. So for me, the personal, y'all can have that. I don't get into none of that. I don't care about none of that. But
dude said he should retire.
Exactly. So yeah, let's hear the clip, man.
I want to hear the clips. Because I didn't hear any of this.
Me neither.
Excited as you started off that we're talking about him, and there's been like a constant change in the thought process about him by the mass media.
Pause it real quick. OG.
Yeah.
We remember when Shaq called Kyrie an idiot. We remember when Charles Barkley was kicking his back in every chance he got. Play the clip, Fabian. I'm sorry.
You know, we're not talking about his political or social stances and looking at him in a negative view. And I'll say it. I wasn't going to say it, but, you know, I've never said it to Kyrie, but I've said it to Stephen A. Because at one time, Stephen A. was an advocate about having a battle with this guy. And I had to call Stephen. I'm like, this guy's from our neighborhood. I named like 6 people. And I said, Stephen, those people mentored you. They mentored him. So when you say something about him, you're actually saying it about us. And so he understood, and they kind of fell back. And because as a media person, we have to understand that young men go through young things. They grow up, they learn things, and they appreciate things, and they have a different viewpoint than we might have had. But as a basketball player, you gotta double this guy. And if you don't double this guy, you go home in 4. And that's the difference between this Kyrie and I love to see. Who's in the building, Kenny? Superman is in the building when he has the ball over there.
Yeah, that's all that stuff is good. He said.
Oh, that was awful. Shaq got so. Hold on, I'm gonna keep playing it, but Flea, I see why you said that. Shaq,
you see Charles Barkley, his whole tone.
Go ahead, play.
Charles about to go in his direction because he ain't really fully with Kenny.
He self-inflicted himself. He got to take some responsibility. I think he's grown up. I think he's matured. Stephen A. and other people criticized him, and he would rightly deserved it. You can't go out there being anti-Semitic, and you can do the vaccine thing. That's your own thing. But he deserved the criticism he got. He deserved the suspension he got. But as a basketball player, I think he's really grown up. I thought after game 1, that was a grown man in full flight. I'd never seen him that happy. We all made mistakes. I've done plenty of stupid things, but at some point you have to grow up. And I think he's grown up.
So that's what Barkley said. Do you want to react to what Barkley said, or do you want to react to what Stephen A. Smith silly? Because he ain't really apologized
yet. I'm just like, my mind. I want to hear the Stephen A. sound, but my mind started racing just now, and I'm like, Stephen A. is pretty adamant about him growing up around a bunch of women. Stephen A. is really adamant about having issues with his daddy.
It's a fact.
Stephen A. doesn't have sons. He has daughters. So, my mind, that degree y'all see behind me, that's a psychology degree, right? I just wanted to let y'all know. So,
we're not going to close off of that. Congratulations, my brother.
I appreciate you, OG. But my mind started to go somewhere just now. And I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead and play that. I'm gonna be quiet. I'll just put that out there.
No, I think we should go with that because I'd rather react to that video first, and then we'll react to Stephen A. Smith some other time.
I mean, he struggles with, and from my vantage point, being able to have relationship or tough conversations, or he has this animosity towards men. Like, I'm seeing something that is bothering me a little bit, right? Like, I remember the things that he was saying about Kyrie. I remember the tone, the cadence, the body language, the bravado that it was all coming with. And it was nothing mentoring. It was nothing, I'm gonna call him, I'm gonna have a conversation with him if you disagree with how he was behaving. He never comes from a standpoint of, I'm an older brother, let me grab one of these younger brothers and let me holler at them because I got game. It's always I call you OG, you call me sometimes, you give me game. Fabian gives me game. Y'all my OG, right? So why is that never the approach to trying to kick game? These, like Kenny said, these dudes have to go through young men things. We've already went through it. Why wouldn't you drop jewels instead of dropping slugs? I don't put it together. And I know I said something in the beginning, but that's just how I see things sometimes. I have friends. I have friends that are adamant about, I grew up around a bunch of women. I know women. Okay, you know women, great. But at some point, you got to be a man. You got to understand how to relate to men. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand on manhood. So, I may have not been the clearest on my explanation right now, but it's just some thoughts that I was having, and I needed to say that out loud.
Well, let me jump in here real quick and just say, Charles and Chuck and them, this is sad because Inside NBA went from my favorite show to I rarely watch it because I don't know what's going on over there no more. Chuck and Shaq is haters. It's just that simple. They were great players, so in their mind, they can say what they want. They can do what they want. They're never wrong. They're always right. And like I said, just my thing about the Kyrie thing, and I'm not a Kyrie Irving fan. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, And my whole thing that I didn't like with the whole world was y'all was trying to stop him from having a job. That's my whole thing. Don't pay him and all this and all of that. And that's why, we make it a joke. Like, people gonna have to circle the block because now he's proved that he belongs in the NBA. He's a superstar in the NBA. And he can play alongside another great player. So for me, Kenny plays the middle a lot. Because just how you say you call Stephen A., you ain't say nothing to Shaq and Chuck. So, I didn't like how Barkley responded, because like I said, them dudes is, listen, man, they gonna stand on their own. They never gonna admit they was wrong. They think they know it all. And like I said, Shaq and Chuck come off as, if you didn't play the game, you shouldn't even be able to talk about it. So them dudes, I don't rock with them no more like that. I respect them, great players, but as far as when it comes to talking the game of basketball, they don't even talk the game of basketball no more. I don't know what they do no more. So I'm being real. I'm kind of over them. I'm not sad that the show was going off because they just went a whole nother direction. I'm sorry. But Stephen, they all them dudes. Y'all was wrong because y'all thought Kyrie couldn't turn that switch and change into a better human being, a better teammate, a better basketball player. So for me, I just stay with it on the court. If he wins this championship, Lord have mercy. Because not only y'all got to circle the block, but a lot of lists is going to change.
He said, I'll probably never speak to him again. Every time he talks about this, he said, I'll probably never speak to him again. But, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, you okay with the fact that you are so close and in touch with the NBA that you can never have a conversation with Kyrie Irving again? That's okay with you.
Stephen A.
You're right.
That's my number one issue with him. He's just fair weather. Let's start there.
You want to play the sound, or you want to?
No. Just no. I don't have to, because see, me and you got into a major argument with the Kyrie Irving thing a year ago, and then other people, the Kyrie Irving stands, started thinking I was a Kyrie hater, not knowing Kyrie Irving at a certain point was my favorite player of all time. Kyrie Irving, I'll go through his history real quick. He started acting weird. 26, 27 years old. He wanted to leave LeBron. Everything everybody else says. He left the Celtics. He left the Nets, whatever it was. But when he got to the Nets and he started doing media more, even with the COVID and all that, the more he spoke, I said, bro, you got to do more of that. I love this. The pompous defensive stuff, I hate it. So he was going through a growing pain, which was what Kenny Smith is saying. But I said that in real time. I didn't avoid that. I've never critiqued or based any of his basketball skills on this. I never told him to retire. I never took, like, Shaq called him an idiot. He called him an idiot. Charles Barkley doubled down on that. Charles Barkley just glosses over the fact that he said, oh, we all made mistakes when we were younger. I get that. No, you punch somebody, you threw somebody through a glass window, bro. You could have killed somebody. What are you talking about?
Way worse.
You regularly spit on people. Regularly. That's a regular occurrence by you.
That's the most disgusting. You should be shot over that. No disrespect. I hope you two don't spike that or whatever. I'm sorry about that. But you should be, something should happen to you for spitting on people. Like, Kyrie ain't hurt nobody. That's why when all the Kyrie fans are coming at me, I'm like, bro, you act like I punched him in the face. I ain't do nothing to him. But little did I know how much the media can influence you. This is the problem. Because once you become a fan of somebody, it gets religious. And on top of that, now when the media says certain things and you got an idiot like Stephen A. Smith, now I can call you an idiot because that was really dumb. And there's too many dumb things that's too inconvenient for a smart person, bro. You know what you're doing. You're being an idiot on TV to do that. Whether it's about the jab or whatever it is, I've never critiqued him about that. I've always supported him on a personal level, even with the jab. If you want to keep it 1,000, I said it don't matter if you don't take it or not. If anything, real quick, athletes should be the one that we go, yo, it doesn't matter about COVID. They're the most, who's in better shape than them? And then we're talking about a top tier version of them. What? He should be the guy that we go, yo, is that thing working? I don't know, but he ain't take the jab. And it's pretty simple to me. Like, I drew that out. Like, Kyrie Irving does not have to take that. At the end of the day, if he takes a product from GNC and he comes up, whatever, he gets spiked and he goes, yo, I didn't know what was in there, he will be suspended. And they were telling you to take a vaccine that you didn't know what was in it. The spirit of it was wrong. Kyrie was right. Again, I always defended him on that. But nobody cared because I said he ain't the most skilled player of all time, bro. Jordan is. How about that? He ain't top 5 for me. And that turned into some crazy mess, all because of you guys being jerks, bro. All because you guys couldn't stop and just chill for a second and be like, yo, hold on. I just told this guy to retire. This guy just lost $500 million from Nike. He made a big mistake. Y'all making it religious. You got a guy on the Nets. Nick Friedel is a jerk. He's sitting there every night on a nightly basis antagonizing Kyrie Irving. I saw it. Yo, Kyrie, that's when I blamed him. Yo, do not feed into that. You can't feed into that guy. He's trying to pull you in, and that's how he got caught up. That's when I said, yo, bro, you got to take the L on that.
We haven't seen Nick since that.
He's on ESPN.
That's
why I don't like that guy. He's a jerk because you know what you did. That's clickbaiting as a reporter. So I didn't fully understand the argument and the stances everybody had until I realized, like, oh, this is why everybody keeps arguing for Kyrie, because it's now become bigger than basketball, and he represents something to everybody that is bigger than basketball. So that's why the other day when I apologized and I said, yo, Kyrie found his peace, I cannot argue with that. If you need me to apologize, yo, I'll drop my sword. I wasn't even in that fight. I didn't even know I was in that fight. Y'all put me in this dumbass fight. Y'all are idiots. I hate that happened. I hate that happened. We're talking about the icon of basketball at this point. Anybody thinks about handling a rock, you're gonna go watch a Kyrie tape. Just like we used to watch Jordan tapes, dunking the ball and everything. Vince Carter tapes for dunking the ball and everything. He's the first one you have to go to right now at this point. He's an icon. Charles Barkley. How the hell are you gonna talk about him like that? He's about to make the finals. The finals. Yeah, he team hopped just like you did. But he's about to be the finals with 2 different teams. You couldn't do that. We talking basketball. Like, come on now. Like, certain things to me, gotta stop. Gotta stop. I'm happy for Kyrie Irving. I'm happy you got humble Stephen A. Kenny Smith, I'm happy you picked a side for once. And Big Queens is in the building, by the way.
Big Queens, never the little one.
Oh, yes, sir. But I'm gonna just say this. Remember, with guys like Stephen A., they only care about content. And that's the sad part now with a lot of the celebrities and, you know, the great players and
I knew that.
They only care about content. They don't care about nothing else. So it's not even surprising some of the things these guys say. What's surprising is y'all guys are 50 plus. Y'all have children. All of us have kids on this platform. I'm pretty sure people in the comments. Your kid make a mistake, you chop it up with them. And if you're wrong, you let them know I'm wrong. So for me, that's what's sad about this whole situation, that you guys are 50, 60 years old and you sitting up here and you're literally not educating nobody. When I say nobody, not with your basketball takes, not with whatever take you talking about. It's literally strictly for content. So, you know, I love it that, you know, now, you know, when y'all see Kyrie, y'all gotta give the worst what's up in handshake of all time. And I know in the back of his mind, he going, I got y'all. So
Wasn't he just on the panel? He was just on the panel.
Yeah. Did you see how awkward that was?
After the game? Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
I don't agree with that, AllBall. I think you all missing, like, Chuck has been really good. Draymond has been actually pretty decent. Shaq is the only guy for me that always missing out. I think they do provide basketball content, and that's the problem. Like, how do you leave that? Like you said, 60, 70 years old, damn near, and you talk to a young kid like that? What if somebody talk to your son like that? You're not okay with that. You call my son an idiot? Shaq? We might have to scrap. What are you talking? I don't care how big you are. We're not walking around New York like that. You're in New York, bro. You're in New York. Them dudes from uptown, they're from Queens. No, you cannot do that. So I like the basketball side of it. I'll miss inside the NBA, but they missed this on this. I just can't stand what they did. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.